Probably. Because the fucking sign right there, right? Disclaimer. Don't get from me hearing some fucking sugarcoating shit. I will criticize everything he says in this interview. Because I know he's gonna fucking say shit. And I just wanted to really, react to this. I was like, I don't really want to watch this. I want to give honest criticism in the moment. I haven't seen this interview. Let's get into it.
Triple H is here on WWE Radio with Busted Open. Sir, how are you? Thank you so much for the time.
I'm doing great, man. It's great to be on here. It's great to have an amazing partnership series, and excited about this whole thing, and excited about the weekend.
Happy to nominate Minnesota SummerSlam Night 1 and Night 2.
Man, excited about that partnership. When did he ever appear on Busted Open? If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he ever really appeared on Busted Open. Like, none of the WWE management team ever really came on the Busted Open channel ever. They never appeared. Tony Khan did, a lot of times if I'm not mistaken, but nobody really ever appeared on the Busted Open team as much, if I'm not mistaken. They just did. A lot of people just didn't appear on the Busted Open team. I currently believe that Tony Khan probably would, but as I said again, great partnership, man. Yes, it's such a great partnership to control the fucking narrative of Dave LaGreca and the entire Busted Open team. Control the whole narrative because the way you want it to go, not genuine, honest criticism, but everything's great. Everything is great. Sugarcoating fucking shit. No honesty, honestly.
We've been talking about it here, and I gotta tell you, for somebody that's been doing Busted Open for over 17 years, I'm really excited about this partnership with the WWE Radio. We're going to be doing the play-by-play Night 1 and Night 2 right here on Channel 156 WWE Radio. This is exciting times, man.
It really is, it's one thing, and
I love Dave LaGreca. He's great. He's fucking great. He's fucking great. This is exciting times, man. Said who? Said who? Said who, honestly? Exciting times on a mid-fucking unreal garbage product. Honestly, that I don't... I have a place where you can listen to this. You can listen to my whole opinion about everything about pro wrestling. That's called the Unscripted Kayfabe. Tune in to Rock with a Spade. We will go live, probably. We'll see when it's going to happen, but we're going to get my unfiltered opinion about all that is what I'm pissed about on the Unscripted Kayfabe. But we got an Unscripted Kayfabe one year anniversary coming up. Actually, it's up now that we're doing a 1 year anniversary show. That show is going to be very much brought to your attention. That show is going to be a show about celebrating the Unscripted Kayfabe. Nothing more, nothing less. It's about the 1 year anniversary of the Unscripted Kayfabe. It will describe to you what is the Unscripted Kayfabe and what much long terms and what examples, and we can have fun with it. We can have fun with that. So tune into that. I'll just say that, I go live. First of all, I'll go live, and when you check it out, by the time this video comes out, go ahead, check that out. I'll go live. Let's watch this fucking interview, because holy shit, you'll hear criticism from me.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, good. Good to see you. I can kind of see you, but it's in a little tiny spot.
Just know that I look great. It's fine.
Yeah. Exciting time for me. I can recall, periods of time, especially growing up, which is a long time ago, but there's always the desire when you're a WWE fan, a wrestling fan, it becomes something that you want to engage in at all times. But with other sports, it's always there, right? You can always turn on TV, radio. Somebody's always talking about the NBA or NFL or something like that. And to have a moment in time where it's become big enough and mainstream enough that at any given moment, if you're in your car driving for whatever length of time, you can flip on Sirius XM. You can listen to whatever you want to listen about the industry that you love, about wrestling, and to just have that, to be able to walk into stores now and see the merch, to be able to walk in any place and have that conversation and have it be normalized, to flip on your TV and see it being talked about on ESPN or regular news channels, to going on whatever news source you want and having it be talked about in general, to social media platforms where it's trending at the top of the list, to just be able to have that conversation, not feel like you're into something that nobody else is into or very few people are into, that is mainstream and talked about. And I think that ability to hear those points of view, to be able to banter about it, to argue about it, to say what you love, what you hate, what you liked, what you didn't like, is so important for what we do, because it's the engagement level, of what we do.
The engagement farming, you no longer a bald fraud, but still a fucking you fraud Levesque. And the engagement farming, Triple H has Paul Levesque has straight up said out this before. Good engagement, bad engagement is all engagement, or something like that. They just like that attention. That the attention should be on them. And right now he's saying that you can criticize the product, you can talk about the bad, you can talk about how bad it was. Yeah, I don't see that happening, Levesque. I don't. You have people out there like Tommy Dreamer swaying the fucking opinion of, oh my god, the product is such. I mean, oh my god, Danhausen and Joe Henry was such a great fucking segment. And I'm sitting there, I'm listening to him say that, I'm like, what? You gotta be fucking retarded, man. Like, what happened to you? I don't believe that. The one thing I felt was honesty, and this is just, there's no way you fucking can say that. That segment was the worst fucking segment I've seen it off. Bro, that segment was fucking garbage. With a guy named Ryan Garcia, who you don't even want to know. If you do know, go ahead. You know about his fucking antics, about what he said online. But neither I digress on that. I fucking could give two fucks about Ryan Garcia. That's the most important thing. Who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is Zuffa Boxing? Nobody gives two flying fucks about Zuffa Boxing. Nobody cared about Zuffa Boxing in the fucking crowd in the Inwood Dome. Nobody fucking cared about it in the Inwood Dome. Nobody fucking wanted to care about it. Danhausen got fucking just dead reactions on that show. Like, you got people coming to this show. They sold it outright. The 14K. They sell this place out. And people are just fucking flabbergasted. And they're just watching this shit and like, there's no fucking reaction. Because it fucking sucks. What absolute childish garbage is this? Whose product is this for a 5 fucking year old? Are we back to 2010 levels of fucking garbage? Are we back to the days of 2010 PG WWE fucking garbage?
I think I don't know. For me, it's just such an exciting time that people.
Such exciting time. No? Go ahead.
It's like never been.
What an exciting time for this motherfucker.
I think that engagement makes it even better. You know.
I love it. And
The engagement. It's all about it's good engagement, it's bad engagement. He doesn't fucking care. You can sit there and fucking shit on the product. He don't give a shit. There's a Michael Jackson song, guys, if you heard of it. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. You know, I would really fit that in well if I would have made an intro to this. Yeah. He doesn't give two shits. Two fucking shits about what we get with the product we get. He doesn't give a fuck about you and the product. He doesn't care about the product. He doesn't care to fucking do anything about the product because he knows that he doesn't fucking care. And it's ridiculous. You know, Dave LaGreca, this is what I'm going to say something.
where I give you the utmost respect is, I remember you saying pro wrestling is an art form. And for so many years, it wasn't mainstream, or it was kind of like...
It was, what do you mean it wasn't mainstream? Pro wrestling has been fucking mainstream for many years. Don't act like it wasn't. And it was mainstream because of WCW as well at first in 1990. Sure, you're trying to say it wasn't. It's the greatest art ever created. I will never argue that. I will not say that it's because of WWE. It's because that's fucking good, and I think you'd rather go and support independent pro wrestling companies out there that are not WWE and AEW. I just can't. I can't support none of these companies. Don't care if you don't want to.
part of the mainstream. And I think it's,
as I said again, engagement farming. Engagement farming. All he cares about is the engagement farming of the WWE fans. That's what he cares about. The engagement farming. He wants engagement farming, good or bad. He doesn't give a shit. He wants engagement. I think if you're looking at your product you're getting bad engagement about your bad fucking show, you're getting bad PR, you're getting bad fucking reviews, and you're getting shit that you can shit on. I don't think you should look at that as a good thing. You should try to look at it as a bad thing and try to change the fucking things that people are criticizing and why you're fucking it up. That's just me.
the respect and credibility that you have understand about pro wrestling, and I understand about the project, and everything that I get to do what I do on a daily basis.
Yeah, look, I think that's to the. It's just looking at it through a different lens, right? There's a moment in time where, our predecessors literally fought tooth and nail in bars and clubs and on the street to prove to people that this was real, because they thought that was the badge of legitimacy of what we did. Over time, the badge of legitimacy of what we do is just what we do. Right? It's what we do, is what we do. How many times does he like to troll us or shit? Like, every fucking time this fraud says, what we do. Bro, are you trying to fucking troll me or shit? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, what we do. Okay, great. It's just so physically demanding. It's so all-encompassing. It's so all those things. It's an art form that takes over your life. It's like being a musician that, no matter what you do, you wake up in the morning, you think about making music. When you wake up every day, that's your first stop. When you go to bed at night, when you lay your head down, that's what you're thinking about. It's this all-encompassing art form. We put our heart, our souls, our things, our physical well-being in line to do it. Yes, the wrestlers do. I don't think you put any of your fucking heart and soul. I don't know what's up. I mean, your heart. Speaking of your heart, I think it's too weak to run a fucking product, Levesque.
It's too fucking weak to run a product. To run a pro wrestling product. And I don't absolutely fucking believe 1 second you get out of bed and you fucking pick up a pen and paper, you start. He doesn't give a flying fuck. He is bullshitting his fucking narrative.
And for many people, on the other side of that, you're self-inflicted. You put your heart and your soul into talking about it and being passionate about it and giving opinions on it, right? Like it's all encompassing thing. I think it's amazing, and it is. It's an art.
Yes. I'm passionate about it. I'm giving you my fucking opinions. Same as Dave LeClaire does. I do that with the Unstupid Kayfabe. Check that out when it comes out again, you know? Check it out. Oh, I'll be very passionate about the fucking awful product that we're getting in both companies. I'm not as retarded as the fucking sickos. Those AEW sickos, man. Holy shit, they're fucking fucked in the head. You know, that company's never gonna grow. Simply, just off that bat. Everything's great, Tony.
And now we don't have to fight people to tell them it's real. We have to just show people what it is and say, from a storytelling standpoint, hopefully from an in-ring storytelling standpoint, from a physical standpoint, right? We don't have to pretend we're real sport. We're a show, a movie, a TV show, a series about a sport. Right? But the physicality is real. The emotions are real. What people put into it are real. Maybe more so than any other, and then any other sport or business I've ever seen. And without being long-winded, I'll tell this story, and I think about it a lot. When, unfortunately, I had a lot of injuries in my career. There was a period of time that I had changed my quad. I was in Birmingham, Alabama for a long period of time, 9 months. And I was in the same rehab place every single day, trying to get back to doing this. And I saw documentaries, every top name in sports at the time come through that place. Whether NBA at the top of NBA to NFL to Major League Baseball. Andrews, who was the lingo at the time in the U.S., used to joke with me all the time. It's funny that you never see these other sports guys come in here and talk about when they can get back to their sport. They talk about getting on the golf course, right? They talk about, hey, when can I swing a club again, Doc? Right? When can I this? Their sport will become a job. And that's what it was. But you never saw anybody like, when can I throw football? When do you think I can get back on the mound? When do you think I can start shooting around again? Very, very rare people say that. In our business, everybody that came through those doors to get something done was saying, when do you think I can get back on the ring? What's that timeline? When can I step back through those ropes? When can I get back in front of that crowd? It's the difference between what we do and all of the things. It becomes this life-altering passion that you put your heart and soul into every day. And it's just different. I don't know why it's just different than anything else out there.
And you guys have made it easier for me as a wrestling fan and as a talk show host, because I used to work in the world of the NFL. A lot of athletes don't want to do any media. Pro wrestlers and WWE superstars want to do the media. They believe in it. They're so passionate about their characters, their personalities, and the company that they work for, that they want that airtime to talk about it. And it all comes from passion. And you're going to know
that's true
on a daily basis that I screamed and yelled about The Rock trying to take Dodo's main event away from him. I screamed and yelled about WrestleMania 31. But
He might have a 50 sound or something. You're angry. You know.
And what's going on? That's like, you know, it comes from some passion, though.
Yeah.
Fans are passionate about this product.
Yeah. it's whether we're doing something right or we're doing something wrong. I love that passion. I love it. It's amazing.
You love to see our passion, I guess. Maybe we will have more passionate to be happy about it if you do a better job at it. What about that, Levesque? Hey, Levesque, if you do a better job at it, I would be more passionate about it. What do you say about that, Levesque? What would you say about that?
I always disagree with everything that happens. You know, it's a funny thing though in this business now because
You know, now he's agreeing with all of this. I want to see where this fucking lands, actually. And you know, his fucking WWE corporate brain. Yeah, we're not gonna let that happen anymore. You're ranting about The Rock and the fucking WrestleMania 31, NWO, Hulk Hogan, ranting about that Sting should have fucking won that match at WrestleMania 31 against this fucking fraud. What about that? You know, they're saying everything's gonna stay the same. I mean, if you're fucking dumb as fuck, and you don't believe that everything WWE touches turns into gold, that's terrible narrative. You know, AAA, I could say AAA has been probably brought back through rescissions because they were fucking going under in a way. CMLL in Mexico, so I could say WWE kind of revamped it, but majority of the stuff they have fucking done, I don't trust them. I don't trust them, and I don't trust them to allow Dave to rant and rave about shit.
That's just to some degree. Everybody knows now kind of what it is, and we're talking that, you know, why with Unreal and. You know,
guys, I covered Unreal. I don't even cover that fucking show. That fucking show is full of shit. It was majorly boring as well, but I'm just saying there were parts there with Braun Breaker and fucking Bruce Pritchard. Oh, he's not ready. What the fuck you mean? What is NXT for? What is the point? Why did you put him? I'm not speaking out of my ass. I know what the fuck I'm talking about straight up. I know it. When I'm hearing Bruce Pritchard say shit like that, I'm fucking getting infuriated. I'm like, huh? Yeah, Roman Reigns, it'll be such a great fucking thing to give the championship to Roman Reigns and give him the fucking Rumble instead of the guy who is hungry and honestly is fucking ready and was ready then to win the Rumble and should have won the Rumble. Roman could have won the fucking chamber. Looking back at it, we should have not seen Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton on that fucking show. Man, I don't know, man. It's fucking garbage. That's what it is.
fake news that I see the authors of the legends in our business talking about they give away too much and they tell people the insider stuff too much. People on the podcast where they do exactly that every single day and they've been doing it for years. It's okay, right? But that passion is what drives people, right? And it's no different than the NFL, where you know guys that have never played a down of football in their life or haven't played since Pee-wee or whatever are screaming and ranting. This goes suck. He knows nothing about football. Doesn't understand the game. Why would he run around play? Why would he do this? Why would he draft that guy? There's millions of reasons why, but it's that passion, and just like the NFL or NBA, Major League Baseball, people sit on their couch and tell I'm done.
You know, Bruce Pritchard sits there and laughs his fucking ass off at the rants. Fuck Bruce Pritchard, by the way.
But then again, they suck, and then they win, and now they're the greatest thing ever. You know, people are doing that job. So it's amazing. It's passion. It's at the end of the day, it's why we do what we do. I wish sometimes.
Is that his catchphrase? Like, why we do what we do? Is that his fucking catchphrase now? I mean, now he's sitting there and he's talking about, oh, it's great. I like that you're brand. I like that you're passionate. This interview, I expected a lot of. Let's see where we actually get there with the at the end, where it's not over with.
Put that passion into the talent now, as opposed to, it's like when somebody gets heat, in our business, it's like, God, why would they write that way? As opposed to like that, no good goose crap, right? This, or, there's some other people could buy into sometimes, that there's something to saying that in a sense, not knowing and it's still being real together. But it is what it is. But I love that. I love the hate. I love the love. It's all passion for what we do. And feel free to chime in. That passion is everything about what we do. Whether you're being food cheer, there's nothing like our business, and I don't care what else you're in. And I see it in every sport for people that come through the door.
Yeah. He was telling. What's his name? Stephen A. Smith. He was telling him that it's okay to rant. He was saying Stephen Smith. I don't like when fans try to criticize the product, and I'm like, don't have fans try to criticize the product too much. And sitting with a guy who basically criticizes every fucking thing, any sport that he covers. I don't know what he really covers, but like
Right.
It really is, and it stands out. And what you were saying, people look at this golf club, they're looking to come back. Not just that time, but in our minds, that time, like, the timeline is 12 months. Can I do it in 9? Can I get it early? Because then I'm going to outlook everybody. I need to get back here to do that. And much like that art form that you're speaking of. On Unreal, you see some people hate it, some people love it, whatever, that's fine. I think it really shows us. Instead of like, it's a meathead who's doing a move. It's like, no, I'm thinking of a production angle, a storyline angle long term, a storyline angle in the show right now where this camera has to be. And now you become co-executive producer of your past because you're trying to figure out camera angles to make good TV and where the fans will be. And if they react this way, I have to go this way. And so many things we learned from the spiritual being out there with you guys. And that changed everything. You and Sean, like, we got to be out there, and you got that old school mentality of being passed on to us. And I think that the passion was there too, and it makes me wonder if you continuing going forward, we learned so much in the ring, absolutely from YouTube. Do you think going forward, live events will be that much meaningful and actually having a torch passed down or some knowledge passed down? Or is this more, we learn in the scenes, you get to learn from Sean behind the scenes and talk to you in a rehearsal? Either one of these things going forward will be like a better business plan.
It's a tough make of the live events are so important for getting the reps and moving things forward, right? Why we're making a concerted effort to, especially Steve, to get that more reps. There comes a time when the physicality has increased so much in our business that you're trying to draw this line between, well, are guys being on the road all the time, is that beneficial to their development, or is that just putting mileage on them? I think it's the argument in football, right?
I agree there with him. It's like both sides of it. It's like it's the putting somebody on a road, going it in pro wrestling. The majority of the stuff I find funny, but I kind of agree on both ways when it comes to, because I just fucking find him clowning. First he tells us to not, then he says, "Oh, be passionate. Hey, yeah, go ahead, hate. You should hate. I love to hate." Quote it. He said, "I love to hate." That's coming from him. That's coming rich from him by fucking saying all the time, don't criticize the product. I just want them to fuck off. For that fucking the statement he said with Peter Rosenberg, he said, "I just want critics to fuck off." Okay. Your product sucks. Deal with it.
Full contact? Do we put pads on something in practice and play the game? Or do we walk through it and do the movements, and is that really teaching them?
Right.
Football. It's such a, man, this is a dilemma, and I don't know the answer. I think they should go away totally out of school. I believe that you learn this craft, not only, being in the ring, but I think back at my career and appreciate what you said. You know, the guy who was about being Sean Passing that on. I learned it from a series of guys before me. That's how the things work. But I felt like a lot of times, yeah, you learned a lot of things in the ring, and then it was the car afterwards. Right? Town to town, those long drives. That's all you talked about with the business. People think that Click was this weird group of them that had all the truth is it's just five guys that want to get in the car and that night they just talk about wrestling until no one wanted to talk about, like till you got to the next town. And there was a lot of guys that didn't want to do that. I remember jumping in the cars with guys when I first got here and started talking about wrestling, and 5 minutes in realizing this guy doesn't talk about wrestling at all. Like, so just stop talking because I don't know what else to talk about. Right? So they're supposed to talk about everything else under the sun, but I'm thinking, it's all I think about. So, man, it's a dilemma, and I do feel like that's part of the learning process. One of the things that I think is cool is you have a generation now. You have a generation behind the scenes that wants to give back. Me, Tater, Sean, you have guys like Bobby Roode, Mike Hayes, right, that are looking to pass on that knowledge to others, and I think that's amazing. And I'm hoping that over time, as guys get to the end of their careers, and I get it, it's hard to put down, but that guys are going to step up and say, like, hey, I don't want to take off anymore, but I don't want to leave this business. And how do you do that, right? And, even for people like you, right? Like, how can you continue to be in this so it doesn't just end one day, that you can stay in it? It's as meaningful to me now to sit backstage and watch two guys go out there and carry on and think like, during the day you had a little bit of a hand in that and help guide those guys, and you've seen them grow over the years. You're not out there doing that. You know what that feels like. I say it a lot. It's like the pride in your kids watching them go succeed, right? There is another level past the interview that can be just as meaningful, if not more so, for guys moving forward. And that's where guys are learning. We're fortunate now to have a generation also of Cody and Punk and Roman and Seth and all of these guys like Rock, right? Rock is, the suplex like you're saying this, but like Rock is hands-on with Obafemi. He sees something special there, and it's like, okay, kid, come with me, and I'm gonna teach you. Here's all the things you got. He brings him in his room in the afternoon and says, "For hours." And talk about this stuff, right? It's that level of stuff that brings this next generation up, and I think we'll take it to the next level. I'm excited to see it. For every star that we have now sitting at the top, there's a guy underneath him, an Oba, a Trick, a Carmelo, Javon, of all these people that are sitting underneath him, just filtering up.
You mentioned Carmelo.
And I think that's gonna.
Interesting. No, Ilya. Carmelo Hayes.
To make that next generation thrive,
We really appreciate the time taken out. I know it was an extremely busy week for you. SummerSlam coming up this week.
WWE Radio Week. I'll just say, I have to call out his shit because I had to. It's fucking ridiculous. He sits here and says, oh, you can hate. Oh, he loves the engagement farming. It's good or bad. Oh, he says you're passionate about it. You rant. I don't believe, he was kind of like sarcastic, like, ha ha ha. He was like, yeah, you got away with then. You ain't gonna get away with this shit now, brother. Dave, you're not gonna get away with ranting about the product. Whatever we book, you're gonna praise it. You know, you might say, oh, I'm being so fucking negative and, you know, fucking grifter. You can just go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. This guy's giving us absolute fucking boring level, mediocre, absolute have felt nothing for over 1.5 years, close to 2 years now. And like coming out of that Raw is Netflix debut. Since that fucking day, everything on WWE's product has been fucking atrocious. And I don't even fucking want to count John Cena's heel turn in this. Even that was fucking atrocious the way it happened. With Travis Scott. You cannot say anything that I'm telling lies. You seriously tell me if I'm telling fucking any. Tell me if I'm telling lies. The product coming out of Raw's Netflix debut, everything has been atrocious. It's been absolutely a slop. The product has been absolutely mundane and it's been fucking boring and it's been so just no fucking care about it and they don't really care about the product and it's like there's no fucking fun and it's just fucking boring. It's been lifeless. It's been boring for close to 2 years now. What are we talking about? We're talking about back in fucking January 1st of 2025, and now it's July 31st of 2026. For 1 to 2 years, the product has been fucking mundane and boring. That's what I gotta fucking say about that.
Skinhead, deadhead, everybody gone bad. Situation, aggravation, everybody allegation. In the suit, on the news, everybody gone. Bang, bang, shot dead, everybody's gone bad. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.